All right, thanks, Ryan and Chris. We're live out at the Goshen County Fair. Busy day, and you may have tuned in earlier. My grandpa Ron Kaufman and Ryan Keith, my brother, interviewed some contestants earlier, and we have three more sitting with us here, so we're excited to talk with them. And of course, before we do that, we want to thank our sponsors in part for making these fair reports possible for the 2023 Goshen County Fair. That's Platte Valley Bank, Z&W Mill, Platte River Family Dentistry, J.G. Elliott, Main Street Market, Panhandle Co-op, Pinnacle Bank, Goshen Vet Clinic, North Platte Physical Therapy, and Pine Bluff Sinclair. So without further ado, we have a young man here who's pretty excited to talk to us.
Yeah, and we're kind of watching him so he doesn't look at the camera too much, so he doesn't break that camera on us for YouTube. But we have Casey here, Carlson, correct, Case?
Yep.
How old are you?
8.
And what's your club?
Show Ring Rebels.
The what?
Show
Ring Rebels?
That's
Is that
the
a new club?
this year, huh?
Yeah, they just started a couple of months ago too.
Well, that's good. So we're having some new club members, new clubs. That's kind of exciting. So what do you show?
I show cattle. The breeds that I show are purebred shorthorn heifers, and I brought in a steer that has a lot of crossbreeds in him, a lot of different breeds.
So what color is he?
He's gray and he's gray, and then he just has a white blaze down his face.
Okay. So how'd that steer weigh? Did it weigh pretty good?
Yeah, it weighed 1310.
So have they divided the classes up yet?
I think they did after weigh-in. I haven't seen the classes yet, but
So tell the audience when you show.
I show Friday, August 4th.
Yep, that's correct.
I don't know what time I show yet because they haven't put up all the different classes yet.
Yeah. So that sounds normal. So are you going to be in showmanship?
Yeah. Yes.
So tell us a little bit about steer showmanship. What do you do? How do you prep your steer? Is your steer tame?
Yeah. We were at our house once and we were just working with him. I get him set up, let go of the halter. He just stands there, looks at me, and is chewing his cud.
So pretty gentle sounds
Yeah,
like to me.
Can
so
you
that-
explain how you set him up?
So you know they all have 4 legs. In theory, they should.
Right.
So you want their 2 legs evened up, and then the right back leg, you want behind the left front leg, and that's how you want them set up.
So tell me a little bit about what you do with the judge. How do you move when the judge looks at your steer? What if he goes behind the steer? What do you do?
Well, what I do, it's not like sheep or hogs or goats where you have, like on sheep where you move,
Crossover. That's
Yeah.
like horses, too.
and horses and like pigs, you're walking.
Yeah.
Cattle, you just get them set up and you should be looking wherever the judge is, and like if the judge comes behind you or beside you, you want to keep your eye on the judge because that tells the judge that you're paying attention and that you're not just it's cupcakes and rainbows in your world.
Yeah, that's
That
right.
You're focused and you mean business.
Yep.
Eye on the prize, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. So, what do you feed your steer?
We feed him we're feeding him steer finisher, and we're feeding him a bag of finisher with my sister's steer too.
Okay. So your sis has steer, and I think
Yeah.
she's older than you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She
13.
helped you out?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, the shorthorn breed are those you said are heifers?
Well, you can have them as a heifer and bull or steer,
Yeah.
but what I show is heifers, not steers, in the shorthorn breed yet. Like in showmanship, as you asked me, steer showmanship, I could take in my heifer or steer, It's not like you got it. It's like just steer showmanship. You got to take in a steer. You can take in a heifer.
Either.
So you can take a breeding animal in also.
Yeah,
That's what you're telling us.
Yeah, it's they call it market showmanship, even
Yeah.
though it's you can bring in a breeding animal.
Yeah. So, have you got how many heifers you have?
I have one heifer and one steer.
One heifer and one steer.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about shorthorn breed. Do you
Well,
know where they come from?
That was one of my questions in the interview for Supreme Cow. I think it's like France or no, that's where Charolais came from.
I think maybe it's Scotland, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
Scotland.
I think that's right. I think that's where shorthorns come from. So tell us what they look like.
So, have you ever seen a Hereford?
A couple times, yeah.
You
At
know,
my age, I'm pretty young yet, but I have seen a couple.
you know how they're red and white.
Yeah.
A shorthorn's usually red and white, but it's a darker red than what a Hereford would be, a lot darker and kind of a darker and lighter white. Or you can have them as a blue roan that's blue and white, and then you got like a crossbreed that's white, and then it has the black ears and black nose. So, and then you have the plain red ones.
So he does kind of
Good
know the breed.
explanation, yeah.
That's good. And usually, they're not as big as a Hereford or an Angus, are they?
No,
They're a
they're
little smaller breed.
yeah. My cow that I have, that's a shorthorn that I showed last year. She's a cow and she's only like this big, and I'm taller than her.
I was
I'm
gonna
like,
say, yeah.
please grow.
Yeah. But they're pretty easy keepers, aren't they?
Yeah.
You don't have to feed them a whole bunch.
Well, it depends on how they come when you buy them. Like if they come as skinny as a twig, yeah, you want to feed them a whole bunch.
To get a little flesh on them,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah.
If they're like as fat as a hippo, no.
No. Okay. So, do you walk your steer?
Yes, I walked him this morning, and last night I didn't get to because I was doing the pig wrestling, and I had to wait till the end to see how he did. So yeah, I did it this morning, and that's really it, because the last 2 nights I haven't got to.
I
Okay.
heard that went pretty late last night. How'd you
yeah.
do?
In our division, we got first place.
Nice.
Man,
Congrats.
he's a tough hombre too, isn't he? Yeah, he knows his cattle, and he's maybe gonna be a rodeo guy. So, thanks for coming in,
Yep.
Casey. And you plan on going state fair if you do well?
Pretty much either way, we're going state fair. I have to go state fair because my toolbox
No.
made it to state fair, so.
So you're gonna go. Another thing I wanted to ask you: how do you prep your steer for show?
Oh, I'm sorry that I didn't answer that, but so we get them in a blocking shoe, and then we just fit them. You take tail adhesive and we would prefer metal combs, like wood handle, but then like a metal comb part, so that you're not breaking all your plastic ones. Because if you get a plastic one, it's easy to break.
Yeah.
Not as durable.
And then how we want to fit them, like on their back legs, like there's a banana, like a banana shape.
Yeah.
And then when you're done, then you take clippers. You can use corded clippers or cordless. And then you just clip that hair. You can clip some of the other hair on the side of their legs. And then, yeah, you want to get their tail head all fitted up, and then you can clip that, and then you can clip their belly hair and then their top hair, and we like to shave their heads so that they
More a little more
Look
prominent.
nice.
So it sounds like he knows what he's doing. We'll
does.
have to kind of watch him and see how he does at that show. So thanks for coming in, and I assume you washed that steer before you.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, Case. Well, thanks
you.
for coming in,
Good
and
luck.
good luck.
Thank you.
And I want to note that show, if you want to come out and watch him, is 9 a.m. Friday And that's in the grass show ring. So that beef show includes market, showmanship, and breeding. So you can come out and watch Kaysen Friday, 9 a.m.
And they do have a shaded area you can set in, on the bleachers. So
Yep.
I might have to come out just check him out, see if he does it correctly, huh?
I think you should.
Yeah,
I know you probably have heard this on the radio, but I'm selling my steer, so I would like to invite you to that sale.
Awesome.
yeah.
And tell everyone when that sale is.
It's Saturday, August 5th. Breakfast is at 8 a.m. and then the sale's at 9 a.m.
Right.
So that's another good question. You brought up a good point. Man, we're going to take a long time with this young man. What do you do with your sale money? Do you save it? Or
Yeah, because I'm going to save it and then buy another shorthorn heifer. And maybe all of our steers will just home raise them because the 2 steers that we had this year are home raised.
So that's good. That's good. You learn a lot about the breeding industry and the market industry. So good luck at that sale, and I'm glad you advertised that sale. I bet there'll be people out watching you there too and see how you do.
Nice job.
Nice job,
Thank you.
Case. Thank you.
Thank you.
So our next young lady, Taylor, I think you know this young
I
lady.
do. Bentley, do you want to tell everyone your first and last name and what club you're with?
Bentley Forest, and the club is the Southeast Cowpokes.
And how old are you?
12.
What projects do you have this year?
Fashion and fabric and chickens.
Okay, let's talk fabric and fashion first. How did that go?
Good. I got blue.
Nice. What did you make something or model?
I made a dress.
Okay. Can you explain what it was, how it was embellished, what was the pattern like?
There was flowers on it. It was pink, and I made it for my little sister.
Oh, okay, very cool. Was it difficult to make?
Kinda.
Do you remember about how long it took you to make?
It took a couple weeks.
So
Go ahead.
that's good. So I missed it. Did she style this? Did you style, or did you just?
So
do
you
this-
constructed and then you modeled.
No, I didn't
You
model.
didn't model, just
You
construction.
didn't model us.
Okay.
Okay.
So for those of our listeners that don't know, talk about a construction interview. You sit down, they ask you questions, kind of how does it go?
That you sit and wait your turn, and then you get in front of the judge, and they ask you questions about it.
And then do you save some info to include in your record book for later on? Pictures and notes on how you made the project?
Yes.
What else do you have to include in your record book?
Just like the costs and stuff.
Okay. So you have to keep your receipts and everything when you go and purchase.
Yeah.
Do you have your own sewing machine?
I use my grandma's.
Okay.
That's good.
I think that's what I did too, until I had my own, huh?
Yeah. So let's talk about your chickens a little bit too, if we could, or if you're done with her.
Yep, let's
Taylor.
talk chickens.
So let's talk a few chickens. Did you show and showmanship?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about showing a chicken for showmanship.
You stand up in front of the judges, and they like ask you to show them stuff on the chicken, and then they ask you questions about it.
So could you answer the questions?
Yeah.
That's good. So then you showed chicken in a class, in a meat class or a regular class?
A regular class.
So how'd you do?
I got reserve champion.
Well, that's terrific, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's great.
What breed?
She's a buff Orpington.
A what?
Orpington.
Orpington? Haven't heard of that one. So what does she look like? Explain it.
She's all gray.
She did well then. Very well.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So what do they look for? Do they look for the beak, at the comb, at the feathers? What do
They
they?
look at the wings, the feet, the beak, and then their body.
So what do they look for?
If
Like the wings, do they have to be certain spaces or?
I think
Yeah. What else? What about the beak and the comb?
they just have to see if it's like nice and clean. I think.
Yep. But if they're not a layer, they don't pay a lot of attention. If they're a meat breed, they don't pay a lot of attention to the comb, do they?
No.
Unless they're layers.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else you want to tell us? You going to State Fair?
I don't think so.
Oh, you're not. So
Maybe next year.
Maybe.
okay. Well, good. Nice to have you. And what club were you with again?
The Southeast Cowpokes.
Southeast Cowpokes, and I think that's in the odor and veterinary, correct?
Yes.
Do you think you'll do the same projects next year, or will you add
Yeah.
anything? Same projects.
Well, good. So nice having you. So now let's
Great job.
pass
Thanks for
the
coming.
yeah. Thanks for coming. We'll just pass the mic to the next one.
What's your name?
I'm Cadence McDonald.
And how old are you?
I'm 10.
What club are you with?
I'm in the same club as Bentley Forest.
Okay, very good. What do you have going on this week, or have you already completed your projects?
Yes, I've done everything.
Okay. So go ahead and let us know what those are.
Outdoor recreation, fabric and fashion, cake decorating.
Oh man.
What? What else? Shooting sports. What was the other one?
Got a whole list.
And chickens.
And chickens.
Chickens.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the chickens a little bit first. How'd we do with the chickens?
I got junior champion.
Junior champion, and
And
that's
showmanship.
showmanship.
Yes.
Okay. What breed?
I have a light Brahma.
Okay. Describe that breed to the audience.
So the light Brahma's head feathers, they are black, dipped in black, and the top is white. Their tail feathers are basically the same, so are the wings. They're mainly white. Mine was named Oreo because
I like that.
So is it a large chicken?
yeah,
Pretty good sized chicken.
yeah,
So is it a meat breed or a layer?
layer.
Layer?
But the breed can be both.
Okay.
They're dual purpose.
Oh, good. Good answer.
Yeah.
So, what were some of the questions the judge asked you?
Where is the kill bone? I remembered that afterwards.
So where is it now?
It's where it's in the breast.
Yeah,
of
the main
chicken.
breastbone, huh?
Mhm.
All right. So what else? Did he ask you anything else?
I'm trying to remember. What was it? The vent. Where the vent was to show off their feet and nails, show their wings, beak, comb, what type of comb she has.
So that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Lots of things to remember.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's talk a little bit. You said you were in the chickens, and you had a lot of projects. So, I
Cake
think
decorating was one.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
let's-
got reserve champion.
Okay.
I don't remember if it was juniors or overall.
Do you want to share what that cake was?
It was a hiking cake.
Oh, that's cool.
So the campfire was hard candy. I frosted an ice cream cone for a tree and put graham crackers and frosted them so they would hold the shape of a tent.
That's
And,
creative. I like that.
Smashed up ice cream cone trail.
Oh, okay. So, did you qualify for state fair with that cake?
Yes, but I don't know if I'm going.
So, tell us how you take a cake to the fair. Is this a real cake, or you just
You frost a foam dummy cake.
okay?
Thing.
And yeah, I don't think I'd want to eat one of those cakes. They look pretty good, but
Probably
I
don't
don't
wanna
think
take a
they'd be
bite.
too good.
Last year I took the frosting off while I was taking it to the dumpster. It's still yummy.
It was pretty yummy. Okay.
Who is
so,
your cake leader?
I don't have a cake leader as my mom that helped me.
Okay.
Oh, good.
But I mainly did it by myself. I went to the cake decorating class.
Oh, good. That's good. You get a little education.
Yep.
So, tell us what else you showed in the 4-H building.
I
I think I interviewed you, didn't I?
Yes,
Judge your
for the
project.
outdoor rec.
Yeah. So she's in recreation, and she had a very interesting project, I thought. So explain that to the audience.
I'm a scout, so I use my information that I already learned into a board. It was called Pack Your Pack Right. I bought everything, even the board, and I put it on using zip ties and tape and rubber cement. I put all the stuff, the 6 essentials, and some others because they're also helpful on a hike. And I stuck it on my board. Some of the others was a paracord bracelet.
And what does that paracord bracelet do? Why do you carry that?
I carry it because it would hold a fire starter, a compass, and a whistle.
So
I didn't have to dig into my pack.
So it's very important because you can, like you said, you can start if you get stranded. You could start a fire if it's cold. So, very interesting project, and it goes to state, I believe, doesn't it?
Yes, we are taking it because it'll not lay flat.
Yeah. So you have to be it's pretty fragile, and you have to take care of it, don't you?
The thing I didn't say about my chickens is I'm taking it to state. My mom said.
Oh, I wondered about that. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So what about any of the other? What about shooting sports? Did you go to state shoot?
Yes, I couldn't do archery because I broke my wrist.
Oh, that's not
But I
good.
could do air rifle with just a little bit help of my other shooting sports members. That group is the Bent Barrels Crooked Arrows.
Yeah. So you go up to state shoot before the fair.
Yeah, in Douglas.
And you probably went in June or July. When did you go?
Last month. It was the last day they camped was the 9th, I think.
Okay, so early July.
Yes.
And
So-
your teammates helped you out, you said?
Yes,
That's nice.
pumping my gun, and I could do anything else.
Oh,
They
okay.
were really nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So how'd you do? You remember?
Oh, and I did robotics. I forgot to say that one.
Oh, see, she has a few projects. You can't even remember them all.
Do you
So you
remember
don't-
how you placed at state shoot?
No, I don't think I placed for the junior air rifle.
So tell us a little bit about the project.
Robotics?
Yes, the new one, robotics.
I have to program a robot to so this year theme was, well, it was different. There was no theme, but we had to it was mission and sumo. We had to put a magnet on a piece of metal to start, and then there were coffee filters and cake pans, and there were 2 mystery ones. You had to put a bucket of balls into a space, and you had to put 2 ping pong balls, and that had a nut that you would use for woodworking, and we had to place that in a bucket. Those were the mystery ones. Me and my partner called it the big pushy thing. We had to push it to a spot on the mat. There was cubes that we had to put into a bucket. We had these circle things that we had to put on the container. And sumo, you had to push another robot because this was everybody at Showcase Showdown.
Down.
And we pushed them out of the mat. There was a circle. If they went out of the circle, they lost. We placed 5th or 4th, I think.
4th or 5th, so that's
Yeah.
good. So is that a team effort, or do you work with a partner?
Partners, yes.
Partners.
My partner was Paisley Erskine. She is in a Lingual Aggies.
So
If
that's
I remember correctly. Yeah.
so. Did you do pretty well?
Yes. This was my 2nd year going to Showcase Showdown. Last year I had 3 partners. One of them decided not to do it, the 4-H, this year, and Paisley Erskine was one of my partners last year. We work really nice together.
So that's good. If you have a good partner, that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
So man, this young lady is pretty busy. So thanks for coming in, and we'll pass that mic on down to this gentleman. You might have to move over. You might have to trade seats there. We'll start with this young man here. What's your name?
Barrett McDonald.
Turn him
You
up.
want to say that one more time for us?
Barrett McDonald.
Okay. So that must be your sister, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're in the same club, I assume?
Yes.
How old are you?
8 years old.
And what's your projects?
I did woodworking, robotics, shooting sports, food and nutrition, and cake decorating.
So you don't have a lot of time to mess around, do you? You keep pretty busy during the summer. That keeps you out of your mom's hair, huh?
Sometimes.
So good. So what'd you do in robotics?
Me and my partner Neilani Greeby made a robot with a claw thingy. And we had to do first we did a magnet that we had to put on a metal thing. Then we did the farm module. Then we did the ping pong ball things where we had to put balls in a bucket. And then we did a thing where we had to put ping pong balls with bolts on the bottom into a tin can.
So that's good. So did you place? I should ask you, are you a junior or intermediate?
Junior.
Junior. So did you place or how'd you do?
So.
Okay.
I don't actually remember.
That's all right. So also let's ask him a little bit about shooting sports. What do you shoot?
I did archery, which I did really good on, and a rifle, which I did rough on.
Okay. So archery, you like that?
Yeah.
Tell the audience what you had to do in archery.
I had to shoot a bunch of arrows at blueface targets, and then I had to shoot.
So I interrupt you. What's a blueface target?
A square block target that the people put a target on, which goes from like black, and you work your way inside, and on the very inside there's yellow.
So you did okay with that, huh?
Yeah.
And you practice all year round, right?
Yeah, I usually practice.
That's good. So you want to ask him about cake decorating? Let's see.
Was it cake decorating you did too?
Yeah.
And food and nutrition, right?
Yeah.
So let's cover cakes first. What did you make?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I still have one more thing I did on archery.
Oh, okay. Sure,
Let's
go ahead.
tell us.
Sorry about that.
That's fine.
I did 3D targets. I did quite a few of them. And in all for those, Blueface plus 3D, what my total was 271.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's a 3D target?
Like a foam target. Like
Oh, okay.
one of them I had to shoot a lion, if I remember correctly.
So interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. And now what about the cake?
I did a Minecraft creeper cake. It was green, and on the bottom there was M&M borders.
That's creative. I like that.
Yeah, sounds good.
And what do you do for food and nutrition? What does that project involve?
I did cinnamon chip scones.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm auctioning them off.
Okay, and that'll happen Thursday.
Yeah, the auction Thursday afternoon, I think.
What do you plan to do with that money? Have you thought about it yet?
I'm gonna give half of it to Kiwanis because I won the grand prize for the junior scholarship.
Oh, awesome.
That's
a great
neat.
idea, yeah.
Great idea. Yeah, very, very interesting.
Any other things you want to add about your projects?
Not really.
Okay.
So, like we said Thursday, we do invite you to come out for that static auction, and you can choose from a variety of projects that these kids work on and spend your money, and it goes to them. And it's a great thing to come and appreciate your work and be involved and enjoy everything that you've worked on all year, huh?
Where is that? Do you know where that is? The static auction? Is it in a frontier shelter?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Yes.
Would you guys like to know what I did for woodworking?
Yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
heck yeah. He's had so many projects we can't even remember them all.
So I did a steamboat logo from a template.
Oh, that's neat.
And I torched it.
Oh, yeah, on wood, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of wood?
Pine.
Pine, just pine. And then how'd you finish it to make it look good?
We just put some sort of oil on it.
Okay.
And will that be in the static auction too?
No.
No. Okay.
So will it go to State Fair?
I'm not sure.
Okay. We'll have to maybe go over there and check it out. So, well, anything else you wanted? We missed a few things, but you kind of straightened us out. Can you tell us anything else?
For my air rifle, I did rough on shooting. And for that, for the shooting sports, I had to make a pellet board. And I made a pellet board out of one wood. I put some sort of finisher on it.
To make it shine?
Yeah.
Yeah, varnish. So those are pretty hard to make, aren't they? And kind of explain to the audience what is it?
So for mine it was pretty simple. You just had to have a little 5x4 block of wood. That's what I used for mine anyway. I think you should probably use a drill press for making the holes. You should sand it down if you made pencil marks to get the perfect cut. Well, the perfect mark with some sort of sander. And then just put some sort of finisher on it, and you put your gun pellets in it.
So that just holds your gun pellets.
Yeah.
So how'd you do in hunter safety? Did you do well when you took it?
Yeah.
And those guys are pretty mean about safety, aren't they? Those leaders, they get after you. If
They
you
were
don't.
nice.
Were they good?
Yeah.
Okay, but they tell you how to do it, and you better be safe, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people doing it were Chad Foose and the hunter guy. I don't remember his name.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you said your shooting was a little rough. Did you take away some ideas and tips to help you improve for next year?
No one told me any ideas or tips, so.
But you plan to do it next year? You'll keep working at it? Or are you just going to do archery?
Yeah, just archery.
That's your favorite anyway, huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, you found out.
Well, good. So I think we kind of had a long education here, but
You
it was a
did.
good one. So let's go
for
to this
joining
young
us.
man. He can pick up the. Thank you. We appreciate you.
What's your name?
Caden Ryle,
And what club are you with?
the Wingo Aggies,
And how old are you?
10.
Okay. And what projects do you have this year?
So in fair I have pigs. And this summer I did soccer, baseball, and we're going to go hunting later this fall.
Nice.
He's kind of
So
a
you have
busy.
a lot going on while
Yeah.
taking care of your pigs.
And I forgot, how old are you?
10,
10. So you're a busy man.
How many pigs are you showing?
1.
So what happens? Did you weigh those pigs?
Yeah. Well, the minimum has to be 220, and I got 229.
Okay.
Ooh,
So,
you made it. Yeah.
yeah,
So
my
you're-
pig's a little small, so
Oh, what breed? Or is it a crossbred?
crossbred.
What color? Is it gray, white,
Oh, it's white.
white?
White spot, yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. So what are you going to do if it rains? I hear it might rain tomorrow night. Then what are we going to do?
I don't know. It
but-
sprinkled last year, but it wasn't. It didn't rain enough to stop the show.
That's good.
So
Are
I'm-
you in market and showmanship
Yes.
tomorrow night? Okay.
So I bet they'll just postpone it maybe if it rains for a while. 'cause
Yeah.
I think they have lights if I remember right.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so you'll be ready no matter what.
Yeah.
So how do you prep your pig for showmanship?
So before it gets dark and like colder, we go to the wash pens. We wash it. We scrub it. We put clean sheet on it. It makes it cleaner and like washes all the dirt off and everything. And then we put lotion on to help the dry skin. And then we take it out and we just keep brushing it before we show so it doesn't get dirty and everything. And then we go out there and show it.
So I didn't ask you either. Are you a junior or a intermediate?
This is my second year junior.
Okay, so you enjoy pigs? Yeah, they get pretty friendly, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty nice. Tell them how you exercise your pig. I assume you exercise it every day.
Yeah, we do. I don't keep my pig at my house. I keep him at a friend's house. So every about 2 days, we go there in the morning to walk them. And they have this big pasture, and we walk them pretty far and then back, and then we put them in their pens. That's how we exercise them.
Yeah. So what are you feeding those pigs?
So for fair, we're feeding them pellets, and then we put a half a gallon jug of corn into the bucket, and then oats, and then we go out to the water fountain and we fill that up with water and mix it.
Okay, that's good. So it's soft and pliable for them,
Yeah.
isn't it? Do you have what I used to call a mud pan for them that you fill a hole with water? Do you do that in the summer?
No, we're just going out there about every 2 hours to give them a bucket of water.
Okay, so that's the way you keep them cool. Because they don't sweat, you know. They don't sweat.
Yeah.
They don't have sweat glands, do they?
No.
So you have to keep them cool. So, well, good. What you want to tell us anything else?
Well, yeah. So for baseball, I'm on the 8, 9, 10-year-old All-Stars.
Oh, now listen
And-
to this.
We won state a week ago. And the 11 and 12-year-old team, they also won state, and they're going to San Bernardino, California.
Yeah, that's great.
So-
They're leaving today.
What position do you play?
I play pitcher, shortstop, center field, and first base.
Awesome.
So how's your batting average? Is it good?
Yeah, for the last game, I walked and I got hit twice on top of the head.
Well, that's no fun.
No.
Them baseballs are a little hard, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. How'd you do in soccer?
Good. We won our last tournament in Steamboat.
Oh, so you're on a traveling team. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, like December 28th, we play in Laramie for Turf Wars. So the practice field for Wyoming Cowboys, their football team,
Yeah.
it's a football and soccer field, and we put whittle fields and whittle goals on it, and we play all day long.
That's awesome.
That's kind of awesome. This is a well-rounded young man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for
And
joining us.
We'll have to kind of watch you maybe Thursday evening in the pig show. I'll see how you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye now.
Megan, you want to join us?
Good job. I gave you some talkers today.
You did.
Yeah.
I'm always impressed with these kids and how much knowledge they have, and you can tell they practice talking in front of people. They
Yes.
practice, their questions and answers for the judges. So it's always impressive to
And
see.
so,
What a skill.
Yeah.
and usually for the audience, most of the clubs at their meetings, they usually have, I used to call it a little project time where they have to tell, I assume they still do that, have to have a little time telling about each member about their projects and what they're doing in those projects. I assume they still do that. And they
Yes, absolutely.
and most of them are, the older kids become officers in their clubs, so it's very rewarding. They learn how to speak and how to meet people.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All good stuff.
Yeah, I always appreciate my time in 4-H for horse judging, speaking reasons. I feel like that's a great life tool to have, and whether it's saying your reasons in front of a judge or doing the interview process like we've done, even just explaining how you do a project like robotics, for example.
Yes,
it's a
those
lot
were
of
some-
information they retain.
And those were good explanations
Yes,
too.
very
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah, and I
We
don't
use
know
really
much about
technical
robotics,
words
so that's
like the
fun
big
to
pushy thing, but
right.
Yeah.
They're
works.
explaining it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, very good. So FFA kids and 4-H kids are usually very successful in life just because of they get all those skills. And just like this young man, he's doing several things, but he's still his work ethics are terrific.
yes.
Most of them are.
I had just asked that question a minute ago listening to these kids talk. Do they come in with some of these skills inherently, or is it because we make them feel so safe and successful in 4-H that they're able to carry on a conversation this well on the radio and on
Yep.
YouTube so successfully, or is it some kind of combination of parenting and 4-H? I'd like to think it's the latter.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Combination. I think it's fun too to notice it helps direct them towards their passions and what they enjoy doing. Like the McDonald girl, for example, she's obviously interested in outdoor recreation and hiking because you find that a lot of the projects revolve around a theme, and that was it for
Yes.
her. So that's also
Yes.
fun to see.
Yes, absolutely. And who knows what kind of careers we're setting them up for.
Right.
Yep.
Right? I think that's what's
does aid in that.
amazing, fun.
And as I
Caden, who is
said-
just here, wants to be a radio announcer.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Fun.
Yeah.
He wants to be a sportscaster.
Yeah.
So even this kind of thing is helping him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
good. Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
Well, we've
as
got
far as
our
what you have
Market
coming up?
Goat show, and showmanship is tonight at 4. So we've got one more show left for the day. Thank goodness. It was getting kind of
Busy
hot
week
out
for
there.
you. Yeah.
And they were very busy.
Yes,
with all those,
yes.
All those shows.
And tomorrow will be the pig show, as we mentioned earlier, correct?
Yes, yes.
And I think if it does rain, they'll probably postpone it and do the lights. I think they
Yes,
have lights.
we have the lights. We do tend to just take pauses when we need them.
Yeah.
When it comes to rain.
Rain or lightning
Yeah.
for safety.
Correct. Correct.
And don't forget about the 4-H static exhibit auction. We've talked to some kids that have items in that auction tomorrow, and that's in the
Yes.
Frontier Shelter at 12:45 p.m.
Yes. Yes, and we've got our Cloverbud show, and we've talked to some Cloverbuds, and
Yeah.
of course those kiddos are not competitive here at the fair, but we still give them an opportunity to come through and talk about their critters tomorrow. It's fun.
And
That
it
kinda-
preps them for 4-H, right?
Yes,
That
yes.
that kind
Gives
of
them a
preps.
taste of it.
Yeah, and preps. And I think the little Kaysen, the Carlson kid, was a Cloverbud probably. And
Since birth, yes.
yeah, so they're very interested in that program. So it gives them an idea what they want to do as a project and what they
Yes.
want to take. So very interesting, Megan. I thank you, and
Hey, thank you.
thanks for rounding up some kids. And we'll see if we can get some more FFA kids and 4-H kids on tomorrow. We'll be on tomorrow at 1:05, something like that.
Yes, yes.
That's
So-
right. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you guys.
And we do want to, of course, thank our sponsors in part for making these fair reports possible. As my grandpa Ron mentioned, we will do the 1 o'clock interview tomorrow. We'll have that on the air for you since we have the parade tomorrow morning. So just keep that in mind. We'll have the one in the afternoon tomorrow. That's Thursday. And we want to thank North Platte Physical Therapy, Pine Bluff Sinclair, Clark & Associates, Dinklage Feed Yard, Brown Company, EWC, Mike Rafferty State Farm, Torrington Beverage, Torrington Office Supply, and Double C Seeds. So for Ron Kaufman and Ryan Cape, we'll send it back to Chris at the station. This is Taylor Bartle.